The Badger Divide is a 210-mile bikepacking route that runs from Inverness to Glasgow, passing through some of Scotland's finest scenery. It follows parts of some existing trails, such as the Great Glen Way and the West Highland Way. I decided to walk this route in late April and early May 2025, adapting it to follow some of the Rob Roy Way as well. It's primarily off-road, with gravel roads, rocky sections, forestry tracks and some asphalt. So that was Melgarve Bothy, which I didn't think would be open, but as long as you get the back door, that's fine. Nice place to stay actually. It's grey and a bit chilly today. A little bit of rain in the air. There's one other building straight ahead there, and must be some sort of holiday home because I saw people drive into it last night but didn't see anything of them. Clouds are down a little bit, a little bit of snow on the top. Heading for Advariki today. We'll see how we go on that. I made good time yesterday, so I did an extra 3 or 4 miles, so I'm slightly in front of myself, which is great. Good morning. It's day 4, Saturday. Did about 17 miles yesterday, which was pretty good, but the climb up the pass was tough. So I was very pleased to get to the Bothy. It was nice. Heading down towards Garver Bridge now, and then Advariki. Should be camping in the forest in Advariki. If I soften, there are some pods at the Advariki Adventure Centre, which I don't know if they'll be free. Quite expensive, but might be quite fun. We'll see. It's a greyish day today, but hint of sun, some blue sky, quite a lot of cloud, a little bit of rain in the air. Over a little bridge and a road, which I think takes us down to Garver Bridge. Wonderful scenery. Been walking for about an hour now. Little quick showers of rain, but the sun's out. 2 cyclists have just passed me. First people I've seen since about 2 o'clock yesterday. Clearly doing the Badger Way, Badger Divide rather. I took some time in the Bothy getting ready. Had a strip wash and had a nice breakfast with some porridge that I'd made up and some crackers and primula and a coffee. So I felt quite ready to go. Oh, it's raining quite hard now. Glad I got my raincoat on. Hood up. So that's looking back the way I've just come. And been walking on the road for 3.5 miles now, which is easy walking but hard on the feet. And just in front of us is Garver Bridge. You can see a few houses there, 2 houses, or maybe 1 house and a garage. Garver Bridge looks popular for camping vans and motorhomes. Water's pretty plentiful here. I just got about 1 bottle full. That's rather scenic, isn't it? Lovely. Look at that. We now branch off the road. Glen Zero Lodge up on our right, and about 3 or 4 kilometres to Kinloch. Paths around Lagan. There we go. I'm going to walk on for a bit and then stop and have a bit of a rest. I've been walking for a couple of hours and have some lunch. Since I turned off, it's a nice grassy track through woodland. Very pleasant walking. A bit softer on the feet, which is nice. Still can't make up its mind whether it's going to be sunny or rainy today. So I'm going to keep my raincoat on for a while. And I think I'll stop here and have something to eat. Sat down at the side of the road, having some wraps with primula. Bought those in Fort Augustus yesterday. Hopefully they'll last me for the next few days. There's a nice view of a little loch in the distance. And it's certainly very peaceful. So, just following the trail to Killin and look at the scenery. Just turn the camera around. Not too bad, eh? And looking down on Loch Lagan. Beautiful. So this is Loch Lagan. I'm in the Ardverike estate. What a beautiful place, look at that. Don't expect to see a nice sandy beach at a Scottish loch. Lovely. Well, it's just gone 5 o'clock. I've been following this track for about 6 miles now through the Ardverike estate, which is rather nice. Loch Lagan over there. I was going to stop about 3 miles ago, but I felt I might as well carry on walking. I have been trying to get some water as well, and strange to say that with the loch full of water by the side of us, it's very difficult to get down to it. So there's a couple of little streams in about a kilometre, and then about a kilometre up from that should be somewhere where I can get some water. So I'm planning on stopping in about half an hour. Looks like it's going to pour quite soon, so I quite like to get my tent set up before it does. So I'm on the lookout for water and a decent place to camp. Okay, I've really struggled to find water, and I want to set up camp soon, so I'm going to have to do a fairly arduous scramble down here and filter my water. So if this is my last post, I haven't been able to get back up again, or I've fallen in the water. It's about 9 o'clock. It's a bit chilly. I'm on this what looks like a logging road, but it's Saturday today, so I doubt if there'll be anyone there. This was the only place I could find to pitch. It's not a fantastic pitch, but it does the job. I've only seen one other person come along here in the last couple of hours who was a cyclist. And there we are. It's a beautiful evening.
Well, good morning. It's Sunday the 4th of May. Slept quite well last night, but it was cold. And I think tonight's going to be colder. It says it's going to go down to -1 tonight. But after that it gets a bit warmer, and shouldn't have any rain today. And a couple of days of sun coming up, which is good. It was quite breezy last night, but the tent held up well, which I was pleased about. I went out last night just before going to bed. We pegged it all. I've got my bivvy bag as well as my sleeper bag, and that was good because it gave me an extra layer of warmth. So I'm just going to have myself a coffee and then get all packed up and off we go. It's clearly snow up on the mountains last night. Looked like that yesterday evening. And it's a chilly old wind. Forecast to be cloudy today, but the sun coming out later on. With lows of -1 tonight, and then going up to 15 or 16 tomorrow, which would be like a heat wave. We're off. That's where I camped last night. Leave no trace. Nothing left around. And off up the road. As I say, it's pretty cold today. So starting off with my puffy jacket on. The sun's coming out. It's looking quite favourable, so I'm assuming it will warm up. It's got the potential of being a beautiful day today. And looks like some pleasant walking as well. I don't think it's going to be particularly difficult. I don't think there are any huge ascents. But then again, there might be. I'll have to have a look on the map. I'm quite pleased with the kit that I brought with me. I think I've used almost all of it. The only things I haven't used are my midge net and my smidge. No sign at all of midges. I thought after the warm spring they might be out, but not at all. Pretty much stunning scenery wherever you look. Fantastic. So I just stopped at a river that I saw and filtered some water. Decided to stop for some breakfast. Got some nice porridge here that I made up at home with marble. Put cranberries and raisins and nuts in. It's a beautiful day, but it's a fair old wind and it's quite icy. I bought a new stove for this trip, a Soto Windmaster, which so far has been excellent. I bought it mainly because it's got an igniter on it, and my other stoves haven't got that. And although I've got lighters and things, I didn't want to be left in the middle of nowhere without anything anyway to cook. So I'm about 5 miles from Curragh. And then walking down to the hydroelectric power station, which is about 15.5 miles today. Very much enjoying this. And I'll show you the views that I've got while I'm eating my porridge, which are quite spectacular. Not a bad view to have with your morning porridge. Just down there is the stream where I filter my water from. This is the track we're on, and in the distance there's Loch Gwil a bit, and just to the right between the two mountains, that's the road that we're heading down to Curragh. And looking back the way we've come, well, as you can see, I've come to the junction where I decide whether I go
on the north or south coast of Loch Ossian. The south coast is the route I'd plotted, but I'm making quite slow time today. I'm not quite sure why, and feeling a bit tired. So if I go past Coror Old Lodge, I can shave probably a mile or so off the route, and if I decide not to go to Coror Station, I can probably shave another mile off the route, and I think that's what I'm going to do, just really to make life easy for myself. It's been relatively easy walking today, but along a road, and it's hard work on the feet, and I reckon I've got another 9 miles, 10 miles to go before I get to where I'm going to camp tonight. If I can hit that, then I've got 3 more 16 or so mile days, and then I get to Killin, and I'm a day ahead of schedule, so I've booked another night at Killin, which is good, because it means I'll have a rest day, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's been a good walk so far, very much enjoyed it, but it's been quite hard work. I suppose I'm not as fit as I could be as well, but there we are, that's life. The scenery is fantastic. I've been pretty lucky with the weather. Very little rain, bit windy, quite cold, but good walking weather. So very much enjoying it, and would recommend it as a walk or a cycle. Seen quite a few cyclists going past, and they seem to be whizzing along. Right, let's find the loch. A well-placed chair looking out on Loch Ossian, and I'm going to sit down here and have some lunch. Result. So this is Loch Ossian, and I'm walking down the south side. Lovely track with some beautiful flowers, magnolias, and well, that's where my knowledge of flowers stops. Look at that, wow. Looking across Loch Ossian. We've got about another 15 minutes to go, and then we get to the end of it. I had to cut slightly across country from the lower path up to this path here, and then I got all turned round and walked for 5 minutes in the wrong direction. Glad I just checked which way I was going, but we were heading up here, and we're going round this Balgie here. So looking down on Loch Ossian, oh, it's very windy. We walked all along, and then came back and did a dog leg back up here, and climbing up to Peter's Rock, and then heading south for the hydroelectric plant where I'm staying tonight, or camping tonight. Well, I got up to Peter's Rock, cracking view of Loch Ossian, quite a stiff climb, but okay, and brilliant views. Look at that, absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to pause for a while and have something to eat and drink, and this is why it's called Peter's Rock, Peter J. Trowell, in memory of. Rest in peace, Peter. And then carrying on a little bit further up, and and then I think it's down for some time. Got about 6 miles to go, I think. So it's about 3 o'clock, so it's not too bad. So this is Curor Old Lodge. Not much of it left. And you can see where the path is going. I'm going to walk for about another 3 miles. Going to have a bit of a rest here, I think, because we've got plenty of time. Looking down on the sort of plain here. Wonderful scenery. Seen a few people around who must have been walking here, but only about 5. It's good weather today. So when the sun's out, it's really quite warm. Well, it's been a long old plod today, but some fantastic scenery. Just past this plantation is where I'm going to pitch camp tonight. There's a little stream, or a couple of streams, and I'm hoping there'll be a nice bit of grass where I can pitch. It's about 5:15. We've done about 16 miles today. Quite glad I decided not to go and visit Curor Station because I am quite footsore. The walking, there's been quite a lot of walking on this, which is heavy going on the feet. But I've done well. I'm a day in front of where I should be, and the next 3 days are not so bad. This is the hydroelectric plant, and I'm going to wander down to the bridge and see what I can see. Well, I finally got the tent up. I'm at the hydroelectric power station, probably a couple of miles from Rannoch Station. This is where I plan to camp on the end of tomorrow. It's not a bad campsite actually, right next to the river, a little bridge, but as you can see it's very windy. I've pegged the tent out well. Hopefully it'll be alright. If there's a problem, there's always the hydroelectric power station where I can at least shelter from the wind. Tomorrow I might go to Rannoch Station, might not. I'll have a look. Depends what time I get up. I think I've got about 15 miles to do tomorrow. It was an okay day today, but it was quite hard on the feet with lots of stony roads. So I did about 17 miles and was quite happy to get here. Just about to have my Explore pasta meal, supercharged chili con non carne. I'm not very good at eating any of these tent meals, and I never feel particularly hungry, but I'm hoping that this is going to taste all right. I'll let you know afterwards. Well, good morning. It's about 7:15. It looks a bit foggy on here. It was a very cold night. I must have gone down below freezing because there was ice in the tent, loads of condensation. It started off very blowy and then the wind dropped completely. Very pleased I've got my bivvy bag, which I put over my sleeping bag, because the bit where I didn't is quite wet. There's quite a lot of condensation dripping onto the sleeping bag, probably from where my mouth was. But I didn't sleep too badly. And I think it's going to be much warmer today, which would be good because I haven't got that far to go. I think I've only got about 12 miles to do today. And if it's warm enough, I can stop and air everything out and get everything dry again. So just been wiping down the inside of the tent, which took some time. And it's going to get dressed and maybe have some porridge and then move on. So just having some coffee. I made up some porridge with marvel and oats and all sorts of mango and currants and cranberries. And I'm very glad I did, because it's been extremely tasty. I'm looking forward to eating that today. It's a beautiful day today, although it was very cold in the night. The sun's been up for a while and it's nice and warm.
Just leaving the tent to dry out for a little bit. And having my porridge, which I put slightly too much water in rather. Hey ho. And coffee. Well, that's where I camped last night. No trace of me there. I had quite a leisurely pack up. Had a good strip wash, so feeling a bit fresher. Met a cyclist doing the Badger Divide called Rob in the army. We had a nice chat. He stayed down near Curraw Station last night. And had some breakfast, had my porridge and coffee, filtered some more water, and repacked my rucksack. And heading off now to, is it Bridge of Gower or Bridge of Balgie? I'm not going to go to Rannoch Station. So I think it makes it about 13.5 miles. So hopefully a relatively easy day. It is gorgeous here. Looking back. And that's where I came from. Sun's out. It's starting to get quite warm. And it was lovely having breakfast, just sitting out in the sun with beautiful scenery. So, looking at the railway line that runs from Rannoch to Curraw, and in that clump of woods straight ahead is Rannoch Hotel. And look at that. Just met another couple of walkers who got the train to Rannoch and walking to Curraw. Absolutely beautiful. So just got to the road that heads off in the direction that the camera's pointing to Rannoch Station, and that's where I've been. Little signpost here which says public footpath to Fort William by Curraw. So picking up the Great Glen Way, and we're heading up that way for about 5 k's on this little road to Bridge of Gower. And over here is Loch Eich. I haven't got a clue whether that's the right pronunciation or not. That's a reservoir shining in the sunshine. There's the weir at Gower, and straight ahead the power station. And so this is Bridge of Gower, and the river running underneath it, which is lovely. From the other side, beautiful spot. I suppose the only thing that will make it better is a nice little tea room, and I don't think I'm going to find that. Just stopped at a beautifully placed picnic table by the village hall, just drying out the tent. Looks a bit like a bring and buy sale. There's my bivvy bag, my puffy jacket, my sleeping bag and my inner. The bivvy bag from Alpkit was only about 55 quid, cracking buy, not particularly heavy, and it kept me warm and also kept a lot of the moisture off my sleeping bag. So I'm definitely pleased I bought that. And all is quiet apart from that dog barking persistently in the background. Done about 7 miles today, so not bad going.
Going to stop here and have an early lunch. So it's been a fairly stiff climb up for 3/4 of an hour. Absolutely cracking day. Warm, sunny, blue skies, and we're headed straight ahead, circling round the mountains, I think. And we're going up here and then taking a left and all the way down there. It's beautifully quiet here, can't hear anything. Just seen 2 cyclists, hear some birds chirping, and that's all. Again, beautiful views. I've got about 2.5 kilometres till the Rannoch Forest, and where I was going to camp. It's only about 2 o'clock, so I'll probably press on for a bit. Just stopped here to filter some water. So I've got 2 litres of water, and at the same time I bathed my feet and had a good strip wash, and it was lovely. It's really nice and warm, so it was very pleasant, much nicer than the other day when I was freezing. And got a bit of an incline for about 1 kilometre, so better head up for that. It's 3 o'clock, so I'm doing well today. I've just done a bit of an ascent, and this is the view that greets me. There's Loch Monaghan, and in the distance Loch Rannoch. And looking round, and then back the way I've come. Would you really rather be anywhere else at 3 o'clock on a Monday in May? Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. So just got to the turn off, and we're heading into Rannoch Forest, which looks really nice. I'm hoping to walk about another 3 miles or so, and I'll wait and see. I'm quite excited because the cafe at the Bridge of Balgie, which is about 5 or 6 miles away, looks open. And I might get there tomorrow at about 10 o'clock-ish when it opens and stuff myself. So if that happens, I should be well chuffed. I'm in Rannoch Forest. It's about 4:45 on Monday the 5th of May. Forest is beautiful. There's obviously quite a lot of logging going on, so there are bits where there aren't many pine trees. But it's lovely and peaceful, and some nice shade. It's been really warm. I'm already into tomorrow's day. I'm going to walk for another couple of miles. I'm just stopping by a bridge. I'm going to filter a little bit more water because I've been quite thirsty today. And then I'm going to walk another couple of miles. There are a couple of very small little lakes, and I'm hoping to camp near one of those, or just walk along until I see a decent site for camping. There seem to be a few bits around, but it's not absolutely fantastic. And then tomorrow, hopefully, Bridge of Balgie for cafe. And then the day after tomorrow, Killin and hotel. It's been cracking day today, really good day. Walking's been pretty good, quite a lot of gravel tracks, but also quite a lot of tracks where there's grass in the middle, and the grass is nice and springy. It's been Beautiful blue skies. Sun's been out. There's been a very slight breeze. It's been wonderful. I'll be interested to see if it gets as cold as it did last night tonight. I hope not. Don't think it's forecast to be quite as cold tonight. So let's go and filter some water. So still walking through Rannoch Forest. I'm looking out for places to camp, but I still want to walk a bit further today. It's 5:20 and it's still beautiful weather. Nice and warm without being too hot. I managed to find a place to pitch my tent by two little unnamed lochans right in the middle of Rannoch Forest. It was a perfect place to spend the night. So this is where I stayed last night, and it was a cracking spot. Little lake just down there. It was so peaceful. It looks like another beautiful day. Last night was cold, but not too cold, and it's beautiful starry sky. So we're heading up here, and I reckon it's about 6 kilometres to Bridge of Balgie, where let's hope the cafe's open. We're heading towards the exit of the Rannoch Forest, and we're going to go down between those two hills there. On the right, Milngavie, on the left, Milngavie, and heading down to Bridge of Balgie. Looking back towards Rannoch Forest. Lovely and quiet here. And you can just about see in front of us the way forward. And we're going to take where the track divides right in the middle of the picture. We're going to take the lower track that'll lead us down to more forest land and then into Bridge of Balgie, into 2.5 miles. So the signpost takes us back to Loch Rannoch, 7 miles. The Heritage Path Kirk Road. This old path would have been regularly used by people travelling from the townships near Loch Rannoch to attend Glen Lyon Church. And then looking round, this is the road that takes us to Bridge of Balgie, and there's the memorial. The last mile was really tough. I took a little path. I suppose I should have looked more at the contour lines, but there were some really steep ups and some really steep downs. Rather a nice memorial. And then the Melgarve estate. No overnight camping. What a shame, because actually it's lovely. Oh look, that's absolutely cracking piece of grass to camp on. And just walking into Bridge of Balgie. So this is the Bridge of Balgie. Not going over this. Walking, keeping the river on my left. So at the tea shop, what did I have? I had a coffee and I had a panini, cheese and chutney panini, which was lovely. And then another coffee and scone and jam and a Coke. And I reckon that should set me up till this evening. It's a cracking day. I was sitting outside in the sun and then had to move into the shade. And it's set to be nice for a while. So let's head on. It's about 12:20. I very much enjoyed my sit down at the tea room. I was able to charge my phone, which is good. It's getting a bit low. Probably got enough in my power bank, but just in case. And I was able to have a quick wash and brush up in the toilet, which was nice. So I was going to camp at the Rannoch Reservoir, Apologies again for pronunciation. But I should probably press on. I was talking to a couple who live near Killin and cycle around here all the time, and they said there are plenty of camping places where I'd sort of planned this morning to camp. Poobill, which is near the river, and they said just before there is some nice flat grass. So that's where I'm heading for today. I've got plenty of time, so I should probably take quite a few breaks. It's warm, and I've been so lucky with the weather. Had a few drops of rain, but hardly anything. And I think it's forecast to be pretty good for the next week or so. So that should be really nice. We've been following the River Lyon, Lyon, which has been beautiful. Lots of little rapids and things like that, and on the side of the mountains, waterfalls. Beautiful weather. About 1 kilometre to the reservoir where I was going to camp. I think I'll rest there and then move on to Poobill where I will camp. Weather has been great, still sunny. It's not quite as warm as yesterday, but a nice little breeze. So I'm just at the western end of the Stronach Reservoir. Got about 3 kilometres till Poobill, and it's 3:15. Feet are feeling a bit sore. It's relatively easy walking again on the road, but it does take it out of your feet. Again, wonderful weather. A little bit of cloud, sun's belting down, and a fair bit of breeze, so it feels quite cool. I stopped and filtered some water earlier, so I've got plenty of that, and there seems to be lots of water around. I'll get to Poobill and sit down and see whether it's a good place to camp or whether I'm going to move on for a bit. But tomorrow, Killin and the hotel, which I'm really looking forward to. I've got to say, it's been a cracking walk so far. It's been relatively easy to follow. I mean, there's no waypoints or anything like that, but it's almost all tracks and stuff like that, because obviously it's a cyclist's route. There's been quite a few tough sections, but nothing too drastic. But you have very much got the feeling they're out in the middle of nowhere, which has been lovely. And there have been some good campsites as well, and the weather's been very kind to me. So I'd heartily recommend it. Tomorrow, get to Killin. Thursday, rest day. Friday, start following the Rob Way, which is sort of halfway through Killin. It takes me down to Trimmen. And then the last bit to Milngavie is the West Highland Way, which I've walked before. So just stopping for a rest now, cool my feet. So we're on the Cashley Estate, or just at the end of the Cashley Estate, and I found a nice little spot to camp. That's the river, about 100 metres away, and that's back the way we've come. It's been quite a long day today. I've done about 16 miles. It's been okay. That's the dam. And then tomorrow it's about 13 miles to Killin. First mile or so is uphill up there. So I'm going to get up relatively early and try and get into Killin by 3 or 4. Well, that's where I camped last night. No trace left. And we're off for a bit of an uphill. It's Wednesday the 7th of May and day 8. So good morning on day 8. I wasn't nearly as cold last night, and it was a good place to camp. Might just be able to catch the dam in the background. I had a real termat chili bean stew last night, which was okay. Could only eat about 3/4 of it. And then something laughingly called an apple crumble, which was semolina and applesauce, which, if you like baby food, was fine. Feeling okay. Feet are okay. Just feeling a bit old and creaky, but I'm normally feeling like that, so it's not too bad. Pretty much at the top now, a few short uphills to go, and there's Loch Liarnalen on our right, and the road goes up there just to the right of the pylons. Probably difficult to see on the camera. Walking down now into the valley, and you may just be able to see a couple of little houses there, and behind them we sort of bear to the right, and probably about 8.5 miles away is Killin. I think we join Little Road in a minute, and that takes us most of the way there. We're about 8 kilometres from Killin, and it's about 10:20, so doing really well. Just stopped for some sort of second breakfast. I had some porridge and some coffee when I left there where I camped, and I got my last 2 wraps with primula in them, and I've got a Mars bar and some trail mix. Well, about 3.5 kilometres from Killin, and a nicely paced bench looking down at Loche power station, which seems to be being built. Walking's been quite uneventful. Okay scenery, but a bit hard on the feet. And the sun's come out. Hooray! Which has warmed things up. Looking forward to getting to my hotel in Killin and getting a shower and taking the weight off my feet. Now, just at the bridge that will take us into Killin. Lovely. There's Killin Golf Club. There's a party going on somewhere. Well, I got to Killin at about 12:30, and I'm not able to check in till 3 o'clock, but I was able to drop my rucksack. Hotel looks very pleasant. I had a wander down into the town or village. It's a lovely little place, nice and quiet. Sat down, had some lunch. It's a beautiful day. It's really rather a nice little place, Killin, and I'm looking forward to having a wander around tomorrow. It was a bit of a plod to get down here, but it's perfectly all right. And I shall go and see the Falls of Dochart tomorrow, which would be nice.